Hello, this is your cncHD and welcome back to the World Series 2020, hosted by GameReplays.org. In today's matches we are looking at the map Desolated District, and we have here at the top right the cyan-colored Toxin General of Joa. And Joa is facing against the China Vanilla by a red-colored Nickpine. I really love China. China is one of my favorite factions, and I'm curious to see what Nickpine is going for. For Joa, I expect a fast technical rush as usual from a GLA player, but let's see what he will do. He certainly has a faster Toxin tunnel here on the top, not on the top, on the bottom flank. Here it is a nice oil tank next to the cliff, also very beautiful map designed and created by Relax. Also nice flag here and a rocket. It's a really nice battlefield to fight on. You can see that Nickpine is going for a fast oil grab, which is good. He also has good supply placement. It's not perfect. The supply trucks are still moving, I think. I just saw the supply truck moving here. This one is perfect. So, collect supplies at a good rate. Oh, looks like a perfect supply, yeah. It's a perfect supply, and this one not so perfect because this supply truck is moving. But overall, pretty good supply placement by Nickpine. Joa also has a good supply placement, maybe a bit few too many workers. Here on the top looks good. And we can now see a technical killing that red guard denying the oil grab, but Nickpine also here on the top, but will be spotted by the technical. Joa is on the map with map awareness and will be there in time to kill that poor red guard who only wanted to get some money for China. Also your terrorist very nicely parked at the oil rig to deny any oil capture. We just witnessed a terror attack here on the war factory, which is immediately being rebuilt. The technical is being stopped there, but he did his job. This technical needs to be careful. There are mines there. The supply trucks are driving around there, trying to search for a gap to get out of there. And now going back to collection because the Gatling is coming in to stop that technical. We have a nice tunnel here on top. Easy point for Joa to engage on Nickpine's base. Also more tunnels coming in here. Joa is slowly tunneling in his an opponent so that Nickpine cannot get any units through to his enemy's base. Joa also now has free range to start building a third supply stash, which I think he will do right now with this worker. He could also go for the oil capture, which he's not doing right now, but looks like he's doing it right now. Excellent. So he will be on a very quick cash boost here in a minute. Dragon tank now out for Nickpine. I love these dragon tanks, they are so powerful against the GLA, especially with black napalm. Power went down for Nickpine, and Gatlings is spinning up for the extra damage. Once the units come in, they run into a spinned up Gatling. Oh, Dragon Tank's coming in for the big action, losing one Dragon Tank there. But now finishing off the tunnel is very difficult against the Toxin tunnels, because they are so powerful. Lots of quads there in the base here of Nickpine, losing their barracks, and now 4 Gatlings coming in here. They will not be enough against the quads. Nicely spinning up though, and there's a very damaged one there. Needs to be very careful here. Quads getting away to the tunnel to have some repair station. Losing one quad there. Technical coming in maybe for some harassment. Maybe he is filled. Yeah, he is filled. You have units inside there. Maybe some RPGs. And yeah, there are 5 RPGs in there. And the Gatlings here to stop that attack. Quads coming in for the support. The Gatlings will go down. The RPGs taking out the listening outposts. And all what was left there for Nickpine is gone, and Nickpine has been defeated. Very nice aggression here by Mr. Joa with his GLA tactics. Very nice denying the oil grab in the beginning. That was very much needed, so you don't give your Chinese opponent any air to breathe there. Okay, this puts Joa on 1-0 against Nick Pine in a best of 9 with 5 wins to victory. The next match will be reversed. On Desolated District, we now have Joa with the China Vanilla against Nick Pine with GLA Toxin. And let's see if Nick Pine will do the same strategy as Joa did to him, with the fast tactical oil grab deny and fast tunnel placement next to the opponent's base. If you want to have this nice money screen here right there, you just need to download the latest Gentool version, and I think this was introduced in like previous 2 versions of Gentool. Just go to gentool.net, the link is in the description of this video down below, check it out and get yourself some nice Gentool. If your antivirus program says it's a virus, it's not a virus. I can confirm this is not a virus, just get it. Gentool is very awesome, lets you also play online, helps you play online and gives you nice features. So check it out right now in the link, the description down below. Okay, Joa going for a nice worker crush here. And we also have a terrorist here, protecting the tunnel right between these 2 tech buildings. Very nice. And Supply Truck looks like he's going for the worker kill, but there are no workers here, only 2 workers collecting supplies. Seems like they are not doing their job. Very low supply income here by Nick Pine. Technical now going in here for the kill. Will we see Scrapdeny? Oh, look at that Technical going straight, very close to the supply truck, so there is no Scrapdeny happening. Nice. Bunker on the bottom going up for the extra protection. There's a work coming through, will be spotted by the barracks and the tank hunter and the dozer. Running away now, placing a tunnel, and the bunker is being placed here by Joa. 2 dragons coming in. Technical here on the left trying to harass supply trucks. There are mines and he needs to be careful not driving into there. Dragon tank will do massive damage if the tunnel is not careful enough, and the dragon will just ignore what's there by the tunnel to say. So toxin spray, I don't care, I just go for the workers. Workers will be flamed, they need to get out of there, they will be killed in flames, in fire, they need to get out. Terrorists being deployed here. Reactor is being blown up. The workers are all going up in flames. Losing that supply stash. No sell in time. So also there goes the money now off and Nick Pine. Dragon now going in here for the barracks will be stopped by the Scorpion tank. Strength checking out if there's any oil capture, which there is not. There's just 1 tunnel here on the left sitting there with a few units and being ready to pop out some units to take out these supply trucks. Few Scorpions here by Nick Pine, which is always a good nice thing to have, especially with these Scorpion rockets which we now have. These things are very powerful and very strong. Technical just ignoring that bunker, very nice. Will spot the airfield here in a minute. Worker here will build a tunnel, but Nick Pine is on very low. Oh, look at that gun! Technical killing all these 5 tank hunters. Very nice here with the gun upgrade and now the strong rocket upgrade. Super technical here inbound. Will finish off the airfield, but will now run into the bunker. Needs to be very careful. Helix is coming out, but there are 5 RPGs ready to take out that Helix. Getting Zardares to stop the technical, but the technical is way too fast. Dropping these RPGs. Needs to get back in, needs to get out. Has a Dragon tank flaming the bunker, but nothing else. No damage is being dealt on the tunnel. Technical going away, very nicely done. Could have dealt some more damage here as the technical is faster than the Gatlings, but he decides to go away. Scorpions coming in here from the top and a quad cannon, and the quad will be enough against the Helix to combine with the 3 RPGs there in the back. Worker going up in flames there. There is still no second supply here by Nick Pine, so very low income for Nick Pine. Quad just going down. The Helix is on very low health. Pine's technical coming in here on the bottom. This looks very good for Nick Pine. I think he will take that win. Airfield is up again. RPG is being deployed. Need to be careful that the supply drop is not killing them. And Helix coming in. Helix is going not down. Taking out the technical and surviving there with 1 HP. Supply center is going to be destroyed. The supply trucks just don't care about their life. They just stand there collecting cash. Oh, mines. No, not going into the mines. Staying away from the mines. RPG is being killed as a second Helix. Mines are not gone, and the units are moving forward to do some more damage. Helix very damaged. There's no propaganda tower to heal up that damaged Helix, but no subliminal messaging upgrade yet. A third Helix now for Joa. Airfield again going down. More quads coming in against the Helixes. And what Joa now needs to do is going for a base race, I think. It's never a good idea to base race the GLA, but Nick Pine is so weak on the income that I think the 3 Helixes will be enough to base race his opponent. But this Helix is still very damaged. The subliminal messaging upgrade is very much needed. Joa almost wiped out here from existence, and Nick Pine could use this opportunity to place down a nice supply stash here. Helix is not going in, spotting that rebuild supply stash. Supply stash is being sold in cancelled in time. Quads are being popped out. They need to focus on the Helix, and they do, taking out that full Helix. The other Helix is deploying the units. No, not okay, not. What will be destroyed? The base of Nick Pine here will be gone. We have some units incoming, and Joa has been defeated. That was a very nice match, very nice harassments. A bit sloppy there by Nick Pine, not building up his second supply stash. He was pretty much all in the whole game long. But overall, pretty good game. I liked it. Pretty solid. And we now go to the third match, which is Canyon of the Dead. And we quickly need to update the score, which is 1-1 for both players. So here in Canyon of the Dead, we have a super weapon general on the top right by Joa and a super weapon on the bottom left for Nick Pine. So a super weapon general mirror it is. We can see a fast drop being prepared here by Joa, and Nick Pine is also going for a fast drop. Joa already sold his command center. Nick Pine has not done that yet. He decides to keep it. Now sells it, going for the supply centers, and his opponent going for some all-in, it looks like. Only one supply, all factory, barracks. This looks pretty much like an all-in. 2 Humvees, 1 ambulance, and 6 or 7 missile defenders, maybe? Maybe not? No? Just a drop? Okay. Well then, just a drop. That's okay. And here comes the drop of both players. Chopper of Nick Pine will be faster than the chopper of Joa. Joa about to drop, not doing it right now, and there's a drop. Oh, being crushed by the dozer. Nice denial there. Laser lock here on the chopper, which is going to do nothing at all. And will we see the drop now? Behind the supply, maybe? War factory going up. Missile fenders here, ready to laser lock that chopper. Is being laser locked right now. And there will be another laser lock here on the chopper, maybe? Nope. First zombie here out for Joa. War factory almost up. This defender here being killed. And that supply center will be gone, but now with that being gone, this missile defenders will be killed, but not if he sells it. So supply center being sold, that the Humvee might be not going into there because he's now losing the Humvee. There it goes, and that looks like the GG already. And there we go, GG. This has been the third match of Joa versus Nick Pine. Joa going through there with a 2-1 against his opponent. Fourth match will be taking place on a Natural Threats, designed by Relax and Agent 21. We have a GLA stealth there on the bottom by Joa, and we have a GLA stealth on the top by Nickpine. So two mirrors, a mirror again, second mirror in a row. Fake barracks here being produced by Nickpine, and we have a real barracks here by Joa. Both going for the standard build order with 2 supply stashes and a fast barracks. But will they box in their supply? That's the question. Nickpine is sort of doing it. Not with the tunnel, but with the arms dealer. No boxing in there on the left. Joa also kind of boxing in there on the right. No boxing in on the left. So both players not really boxing in. Every tactical now can get through and kill all these workers in the supply line if they want so. Worker coming in here to the right will spot the worker of a Nickpine. Just decides to hop into that building. No demo trap on the workers, so no denial of that tunnel. And here on the left we see the worker going through and will be stopped by the terrorists perhaps, or a technical, which will come out any second of the arms dealer. Technical of Joa out right now. Okay, worker under harassment there in this building. Tunnel now going up there on the left, and that terrorist could have his chance in the life now. No, he doesn't. He's being killed there. Technical might go down, and it goes down. Was an empty technical. Worker just sitting in there, probably sitting on the toilet and shitting at himself because he's scared of the tunnel. Oh, worker being killed there. Tunnel not finishing, needs to be cancelled. Technical on the left coming through. Oil derrick is being secured here by Joa. Also has the oil capture upgrade and also taking the oil derrick. Nickpine has done the same thing. No, has not. He has not. Supply line on the left being harassed. Nickpine losing his second supply. Has 2 technicals here for the denial of any further supply harassment. And here on the bottom we see a big terror attack. Arms dealer and supply stash being brought into the whole mode. That is a big hit. Joa will be slowed down there in production. Luckily for him, not losing both buildings, but will be slowed down in production for sure. Luckily for him, he destroyed the supply line on the left, so his opponent doesn't have so many units as he could have with both supply lines working. Also, Joa has lots of cash thanks to these 2 oil derricks, so that should give him a nice boost in building up again. Tunnel still standing there in the 72% building state. Will now be finished by the brave worker. We can see 4 technicals coming in here. 2 arms dealers here by Joa, and he certainly has the money to afford 2 arms dealers. What's taking some hits, taking out the technicals, doing some nice hits on the attack of Nickpine. Nickpine almost losing everything. A tunnel is being produced there. Will probably be stopped if the quad reacts in time, which it is not doing, and the tunnel will finish. Will finish. Oh, will finish. That was very close. Tunnel now finished. Quads need to get away. And looks like there are no reinforcements in this tunnel. Only 1 quad, 2 RPGs. And I think Joa will now outspam Nickpine thanks to his 2 arms dealers. 3 quads, 2. Oh, look at the hijacker! Hijacker stealing the quad. The quad needs now go away there. No, he lost the quad. Could have gone away there. Tunnel under attack will be destroyed, and Nickpine has been defeated.
You are victorious.
This puts Joa on a 3-1 victory here against his opponent. Let's update the score, 3-1. And he only needs 2 more wins to go into the next round. We now go into the 5th match, which will be taking place on Snowy Drought. Snowy Drought by I think Spetsovic, and redesigned by Jundi. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay, supply stash here. We have a demo general for Nick Pine and something with USA for Joa. USA laser. Laser versus demo. Could be interesting. 2 supply placement here by Joa. 2 supply placement here by Nick Pine. Nothing out of the usual. And yeah, so no echo boom, just the usual standard build orders for both players, which is okay. Playing it safe, playing it cool. War Factory Barracks here, standard for Joa. Maybe a dozer drop here? Or just scouting? Maybe just scouting, tunnels going up everywhere for Nick Pine. And that might be a dozer drop here on the supply line where only 1 worker is. He might stop the tunnel. No, tunnel finish. RPGs go back into the tunnel, so not getting crushed. Now being deployed again, finishing that dozer. That dozer hunt was successful and the dozer drop was denied. First Humvee out there by Joa. Barracks also out now. 3 workers here on the left, 3 workers on the right. Very slow supply gathering there by Nick Pine. Definitely needs more workers. And we're coming in here, but we'll only spot the tunnels here everywhere by Mr. Nick Pine. He has tunnels pretty much everywhere. He covered the whole map with these things. Technically coming in here through the left, will run into that Humvee with a Hellfire drone and 2 missile defenders. Humvee has no units in sight, so these 2 missile defenders are the only units there. Might laser lock the technical, and no laser lock needed. Terrorists are there to destroy the supply, but 1 terrorist will be killed, and 2 are not enough to kill the supply center. Lucky for Joa. We are now on 5 workers here on the right, 5 workers on the left, so getting all the nice supplies now at a good rate. 2 technicals here in preparation. 3 Humvees out for Joa. Joa playing it safe, playing it defensive, so that no GLA harassments will take him out while he's doing the attack. 4 Humvees now out for Joa, and Nick Pine needs to apply pressure against the USA. If you let the USA build up, you will lose, definitely. 4 technicals now coming in with some units inside. Need to be very careful, these Hellfire drones do some big damage. Now going back into the tunnel for the repair. More and more technicals coming in, and Nick Pine decides to go for 2 arms dealer spam against his opponent. He also could go for the 3rd supply stash now. He has the time for it, I think. 6 technicals now out there, will spot a free dozer. That is the last dozer, I think. And he decides to not take it out. Oh, there's a laser turret. And he will lose all his technicals, all go down. And that's already looks like the GG. Yep, all technicals gone. Losing only 1 Humvee there. And I think Nick Pine will throw in the GG very soon, as this was a pretty critical hit there. 3k cash for Joa. He has the money for the supply for the strategy center. Will he build it? That is the question. Where is this dozer, by the way? Did he lose the dozer? I think he lost his dozer. Maybe I didn't catch that. Well, I'm sorry about that. I think he lost his dozer. I think the RPGs killed it on the attack. So Joa dozer hunted. Can only build Humvees and missile defenders now, which isn't a bad thing. He just spams out, which is even scarier for his opponent because he is in spam mode now. And he's coming in for the kill with an ambulance in the mix. Demo traps going up here by Nick Pine. And it looks like Nick Pine only on 2 technicals. The spy drones will for sure detect the demo traps. Second arm stealer is going down. Oh, there are more technicals there. Maybe they can bait the Humvees into this demo trap, and the demo trap will maybe get a lucky kill there. No, he decides to go full on, and he will lose all the technicals, losing half of them already. This is a scary Humvee army. Oh, the demo trap almost got a kill there. killing the demo trap, now almost killing the technicals with that. Technicals all down now, and that is the GG. Nick Pine has been defeated. That puts Joa on a 4-1. Only needs one more win to go into the next round. Next match will be reversed with the same armies and same map. So we now have Joa on the top of the demo and Laser on the bottom for Nick Pine. I like it that both players keep their colors. Makes it easier for me to see who is who, and also makes it easier for the viewers to follow the action. Fast barracks again for Joa. 2 supply stashes incoming as build order. 2 workers to the left, 2 workers to the right, 1 to the bottom. 2 to the bottom. Very standard for GLA. Also standard build order here by Nick Pine with 2 supply centers, 1 barracks, 1 war factory. Kind of boxing in the dozer there on the right is critical against the demo general with terrorists, which can just blow up all 3 buildings at once if placed correctly with 4 terrorists, or maybe 3. Maybe 3 are just enough to take out all these 3 buildings. Those are now being boxed in. Barracks is up, and those are here going in for the crush. Will detect a worker, will drive over him, and will lose the dozer because there's a demo trap and dozer cannot see the demo trap. Or he just completely ignores it and does not drive over the worker. Lucky for Nick Pine. We're here on the lookout for any workers. There's a tunnel up on the right. Could be critical for Nick Pine because fast technicals can get out of there. 2 RPGs being deployed. Humvee will go down the technical also, and there are 3 terrorists inside. So Nick Pine needs to be careful, but the terrorists are going back to home. Another Humvee here on the lookout. Second Humvee there, technical coming in, will deploy the terrorists here, and oh, this might be scary. Lucky for Nick Pine, he only goes for the war factory, not for the supply and the war factory and the reactor. Could have killed everything there. RPGs might be dropped here, there's still RPGs inside, and they will be dropped at the bottom left. Taking the choppers, but will not do so much damage because Humvees are right there to do the damage. War factory immediately being rebuilt puts Nick Pine a bit down with the cash, but he still has 2.5k, which is good. More technicals here, more terrorists. Only 4 workers collecting here on the left. Needs definitely more workers on the left. And maybe also would be the right time to build a 3rd supply stash, or going for a fast palace maybe. Against the USA, which is currently building up. USA building up right now. Is preparing a drop. 3 technicals spotting the drop. And I think the drop is going to take place on the building, which is good. Rangers being dropped in their RPG, going outside in time. Only losing 1 RPG there. And the technicals inside the tunnel will be able to take out that building if popped out, which he's not doing. Nope, he's not popping out, but we have a pop out here on the left. 4 technicals coming in, will spot the dozer. Also the RPGs, the Rangers, I mean, RPGs will take out the dozer. Free scrap there for Joa if he decides to go for it. And that is a massive Humvee army here for Nick Pine. This is scary to engage, and Joa needs to be very careful. Might be cornered in here. Definitely being cornered in here. Joa needs to be very careful that he's not losing so many technicals. Humvee's going in here for the kill, and all the technicals are being destroyed. Only killing 1 Humvee, and there they go, all technicals gone. And why did he surrender? Did I miss something? It was awkward. Okay, I do not understand why he surrendered with that huge Humvee army, but it just happened, and no idea. Anyway, Joa takes the win with 5-1, and we'll go to the second round. And this has been your cncHD coming to you from the official GameReplays YouTube channel on GameReplays.org, showing you the World Series 2020 with a big cash prize pool of $2,010, sponsored by very generous donators. $2,000 biggest cash prize pool in 0-hour history. And there will be more games to follow, so make sure to hit the subscribe and like button, follow this channel, and more content coming daily on this channel. So see you soon and talk to you soon, and see you in the comments section. Till next time, goodbye.